Alright, this is my response to your response on, is it okay to be a gay Christian? I just let people go that kind of have your views, but I see it, the passion in you, and you're not being a bigot, and you're not being hateful or anything, so I guess that's why it's going to take the time to actually, try to talk to you about it. Now you're bringing up verses in the Bible that are against homosexuality, but the only problem with that is those verses don't exactly mean what they're taken to mean. If you read the whole entire chapter, and if you look at historical context of what the verses are talking about, you can understand that they're not talking about homosexuality. Because in Corinthians, when it's listing all the different sexual immoralities, the word homosexual, wasn't added to the Bible until the 1950s. If you look at any translation before that, the word homosexual is not even in there, and that's the only time in the entire Bible that the word homosexual appears. So it sucks because so many people base it off that one thing, that one verse, but it's the only verse in the entire Bible that says homosexual, and it wasn't even in the original Bible. They changed a word that more means like a child prostitute or a male prostitute. It's just another word for it, but they changed it to homosexual in a later translation because the word was so vague before that they decided to change it. I don't know. It's not my choice. I wasn't the translator. But the thing is that homosexuality is a lifestyle, and as really a publicly noted thing, didn't come around until the 19th century. So truthfully, there's nothing in the Bible that can talk about homosexuality as a lifestyle. There's homosexual acts maybe in the Bible, but nothing as being a homosexual really wasn't publicly noted, so there's really no way for the Bible to even talk about it, because it wasn't even around back in that time. And then going to Romans, the other verse you used, which I applaud you for not using anything from the Old Testament, because those verses in the Old Testament that talk about the same things are just they're not relevant because of stuff that Jesus said, and people take the Old Testament law and use it when there's other stuff in the Old Testament law that we don't follow anymore, so you can't just choose parts of it and not choose other parts. But in Romans, when he's in Romans, sorry, I have to read it real quick. If you look at the whole verse, the whole chapter, Paul is talking about people that were wicked and sinful and turned away from God, and because of that they became wicked and turned to lustful desires. And that goes back to the thing that these people they were just being lustful, and more than likely, because in the context where Paul's writing from and what he's writing about, these were pagan people who were having, these were affairs and sexual acts taking place in a temple, or they were sexual acts, idolatry. They were pagan worship kind of thing that was going on because they turned away from God and they went to their pagan gods. So you really can't, if you look at the whole thing, it's not talking about homosexuals. It's talking about lustful desires, which is not what homosexuality is about. Homosexuality is loving someone, and nowhere in the Bible does it say you can't love someone of the same sex. If anything, there's parts in the Bible where it talks about people who love someone of the same sex. So it's hard to say that homosexuality is wrong when there's really nothing concrete in the Bible that can't be disproven, as I just shown, that could say that homosexuality is wrong. And really the only reason I'm making this video to you is because you do seem like you have a good head on your shoulders, and that you are really, your heart's in the right place. But because homosexuality isn't about sex, it's about love. It's about loving someone of the same sex. And that's really all it is. It's not about the whole sex issue, which, sometimes it can be, but really, when it comes down to it, what homosexuality is about is loving another person. And I don't think that people should be punished or looked down upon because they're loving someone. So, I guess that's really all I have to say. But I look forward to hearing from you.